Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Alina, and in today's video we're going to learn how to make this elegant necklace. It's a longer video than you guys are used to it, so let's get started. So the materials you need for this project are quite a lot. Try to ignore the ring light on the right side. So you're going to need 6mm bicones. I'm using Preciosa as usual. 3 kinds of pearls. 3mm, 4mm, and this is 6mm. 11/0 Toho seed beads, and then 2 kinds of 15/0 seed beads, but you can use only one color if you want. Let me show you what I mean. In the original design I used 2 15/0s, one here in the middle and then another one between the 11/0s here, but you can use the same color if you want. It's not a must to be different. Also you're going to need a beading needle, a clasp of your choice, some crystals. I'm using Chaton. They are 8mm. They are called Chaton SS39. You're going to need fireline. I'm using 6LB crystal color. One more thing before we proceed. In the initial design I used 2 15/0s, very similar colors, so I noticed it's very hard to keep track on them when you try to make the design. These are the color I use. I will link them in the description box, but I thought it's better to change one of them, so I will use this one, which is more contrasting than the other one, so it will be easy to see better on the camera. So we start making the flower. The material to make the flowers are 2 15/0 seed beads, 6mm pearl, 6mm bicones, 11/0 Toho seed beads. Let me remove this. So now we're going to pick up 6 pairs of 15/0. So this is color A, one of this, and this is color B. So this is one pair. We have to pick up 6. I zoom in so you see better. So let's see now. This is one pair, the second pair, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, the last one. So it will look like this. These are all the seed beads we need, the base for the crystal. We're going to leave a tail about 30 centimeter or 12-15 inches. Of course, I forgot to mention you need to add thread to your needle. I think 100 centimeter or 40 inches is enough. So we're going to leave a tail to work with it later. In the meantime, we're going to make a circle, going back through all these seed beads again, like this. We can reinforce it a little bit and make sure to exit a color A 15/0. So which color you designated for being the color A, in our case it's the bright gold one, exit one of this, and this is the base for the crystal. It's looking just like this. Okay, so now we make the circle. We're going to make the petal, pick up a 15/0 color A, then pick up a 6mm bicone, an 11/0 seed bead, a 6mm pearl, an 11/0, another bicone, and a 15/0 color A. So this is the sequence of the first petal of the flower. Now we're going to skip a 15/0 and go through the next 15/0. So we are exiting a color A, just like this. We're going to skip the dark 15/0 and go through the next one. So skip one and go through the next 15 seed bead, just like this. So this is our first petal. Looks very cute. Now in order to make the other one, we have to go through the 15 back, just like this. You see this 15 and the bicone. So we reposition our thread on the outside of the flower so we can add another petal. Don't forget to do this step, as it happened to me before, to forget sometime. Pull. This is how it looks now. So now we're going to make the other petal. So let's see. We're going to need now, let me try to zoom out. We're going to need now an 11/0 pearl, a 6mm pearl, an 11/0, a 6mm bicone, and a 15/0 color A. This is the sequence for the second petal, like this. Again, we're going to skip 15/0 and going through the next color A 15/0 in our ring, just like this, the gold color. Pull. Now we have 2 petals of the flower. We're going to repeat this process 3 times. So now you're going to go back through the 15/0 and the bicone. Don't go through the 11/0 though, like this. Make sure everything is tight, but not too tight. And now let's do another petal. So pick up an 11/0, a 6mm pearl, an 11/0, a bicone, and a 15/0. And now skip the dark 15/0 and go through the color A, which is gold color in our case. The color A 15/0, I mean. Skip one, go through the other one. Remember to go back through the 15/0 and the bicone, just like this. It's a very repetitive process on the flower. So now we're going to do the same. Okay, pick up again an 11/0, just like this, a pearl, an 11/0, a bicone, and the 15/0. Okay, so skip the next 15/0 and go through the gold one, the color A. Okay. By the way, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I love when I get comments. It makes me feel like I'm creating for people, not just me talking with the camera alone. So please, if you have any doubts, any question, you need help with something, don't hesitate to ask me. Let's do another petal. Pick up an 11/0. Okay, there's something on my beading mat, a pearl, an 11/0, a bicone, and the color A15/0. And we're going to do the same thing, skip a 15/0, go through the next one, like this. And now we need one more to add. For this one, the sequence will be a little bit different since we already have the bicone added on the first petal. Let me just show you. If I can just put the needle through this 15-0, just like this. Don't pull too tight, otherwise it will curve a lot. So pick up an 11-0, a pearl, and an 11-0, that's it, and go through the bicone from the first petal, just like this. Okay, so now I'm trying to exit through this 11-0 here. I will just follow the thread path. So we're going to embellish this flower with some seed beads. Like this, I'm going through this 11-0s and 15-0s from the base of the flower. Okay, then go through the bicone, 11-0, pearl, 11-0, just like this. And now let's start the embellishment. Make sure the thread is out of your way. So we're going to pick up an 11-0. You can choose any color of 15-0. I will go with the color A, and another 11-0. And I'm exiting this 11-0. Let me zoom in like this. And I'm going through the next 11-0, pearl, 11-0, just like that. You end up with a V shape like this, which are going to repeat it all over. 11-0, 15-0, 11-0, going through this sequence, just like this. I am very astonished by the amount of views I got on this design on Instagram. Till now I still cannot believe it. I am very thrilled, of course, and I wish a lot of people will benefit from this tutorial. And I had some requests to do this tutorial, so sorry for being so late, but with the holidays and family, you know how it is. So finally I had time to make it. So yeah, I hope it's clear enough. And again, if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. Now we're going to add the last sequence of embellishment. So 11-0, 15-0, 11-0. I'm going through this 11-0, the pearl, and the next two 11-0s from the first embellishment, like this. And now we are going to try to make it be like really V-shape, very straight. So in order to do that, we're going to skip the 15-0 and go through all the 11-0s again. And what does what this will do, it will make the shape be very nice and straight. So let me see if I can go through this seed beads. Okay, just like this. If you don't hear a click, or if the bead is not sitting properly, you can help it a little bit with your needle so it stays like this. Now move through the next sequence, the first two 11-0s. So skip the 15-0, go through the next two 11-0s, just like this. Let me see if I can make it. Yeah, I break a lot of needles, especially when it's about 15-0 seed beads. Sometimes they are really tight. It happens. Let's go through the next sequence, just like this. Skip the 15-0 and go through the next two 11-0s. I would love to get some comments from you. Please let me know what do you think about this tutorial. What should I improve? Do you think it's good enough? Do you understand the instruction and everything, I would love to talk more with you. Okay, let's see how many we still have. 211 now, skip the 50 now, almost there, hang in there. Okay, maybe one more or two, I will see now. Then we will do the crystal in the middle. It's a bezel actually. It looks more difficult than it is, to be honest. It's not so difficult. So there you have it. Now we will add the crystal here, but we're going to use the other part of the thread that we leave it. So now we're going to make the bezel. As you can see, we exit a color A, the gold one. So we want to exit the other seed bead, the color B. In our case, the dark color. And now we're going to pick up 3 of the same color like the one we just exit. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to skip the next 15 and move through the seed bead. That's the same color, the dark one, the color B, just like this. And it will make like a V shape, like a triangle. So we're going to pick up again 3 skip this one, the gold one, and we're going to go through the next one, if my needle will allow me to do this. This is what I meant when in the beginning of the video when I said I want to change the color of the seed bead for this situation, because you will see better now. Another 3 seed beads. If they were similar color, it will be hard to notice now where my needle is going through. Just like this. Skip one, go through the next one. We have 3 until now. 1, 2, 3, 15 color B. Skip the A color and go through the B color. It's a bit tight, but not impossible, of course. I wanted to make this part with you together, not skipping, because I think it's important for the bezel to be perfect. Let's pick up 3 more now. My thread just get out from the needle. 1 second. I will put it back. 1, 2, 3, like this, and I'm going through the next 50 now. There you have it. Now it looks like it's done, but it's not done. Pick up 3 more, and you have to pay attention now and look. This is the dark 15, the color B, and I will go through the next 2 15. So I will end up exiting the seed bead on the top of the triangle. So go through the next 3 15 if it's easier like this. This is the first one, and now the next 2, just like this. Okay, so now we will go through each middle bead from here, but we will pick up 5 seed beads, not 3. Let me just show you now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going through the next 15 from the top of the triangle we just made. Let me show you closer. I don't know if you can see good or not. The camera is blurring a lot. They are very small, these seed beads, as I keep saying in every video. Pick up 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And go through the next 15 right in the middle of the triangle. Just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Through the 15 in the middle. Now they are easy to, they are just, you can see them. It's not so hard to spot them. 3, 4, 5. Go through the next one. Like this. Oh, I drop one. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. I will zoom out, maybe you see better. Just like this. The next 15 and one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have 5. Okay. And now I'm going through the 15 in it. The next one, yeah. Now it looks like it's done, but it's not done. You need to add one more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need one more. And pick up 5 more seed beads. Color B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I will go through the initial 15 from the bottom of the triangle. Just like this, and I will go through the next 2 seed beads from the new triangle we just made, like this. 1, 2, there are 3. 1, 2, 3. So we go again to the top of this new triangle we formed. I need to look just like this. Now we're going to pick up 3 seed beads color A and go through the 3rd seed bead on the next triangle, the one on the top. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the 3rd one, like this. Pick up 3 more. Don't pull too tight at this point. 3 more color A seed beads, 15 Go through the next top of the triangle. 1, 2, 3. I'm going through the next 15 like this. It's like we are making a cup for the crystal, a very nice home where it can sit. 1, 2, 3. Now it's easy because it's like a 3-dimensional shape and it's standing up. It's not hard to go through the beads. There you go. Make sure the thread is not tangled. And 1, 2, 3. I'm going through this 15 the color B that we add initially, and there you have it. It will look something like this. Now we're going to add the crystal in the middle. This is the best part. And we're going to pull tight. You can use your thumb to help the crystal stay in place. Just pull really tight, and we're going to reinforce the seed beads so the crystals stay very good. So we're going to go through the first 3 15 they are color A, the gold one, like this. Pull tight, go through the color B and the next 315 color A. Make sure to keep pressing it down so it's not popping out. And you can reinforce this at least 2 times. You will feel when the crystal is tight and it's secure in place and there's no chance to get out. I will go through all the seed beads. This is I think I make one rotation one time, and I will try to make it one more, just like this. They are starting to be tight, which is good. There you have it. It's starting to be good. Now we're going to keep the other thread. This one we're going to sew in the back and cut it. The other one we will keep it to connect it with the other flowers. So I will find my way out on the back of the flower so I can cut my thread. The beads are 15, they are small, they are super tight, so it will keep the thread very good. Let me see, I think here it's a good place. Yeah. Now let's check on the back. If you want, you can reinforce the back if you feel the need, or you think the crystal it's not very secure, you can reinforce everything again. But for me it looks good, it looks super tight. Let me see where I can go with my thread now, just like this. Of course you can find any path you want, it doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Yeah, the crystal is good now. So I'm going to cut this thread with my scissors that are not so good apparently now. And I will burn it. Make sure not to burn the other thread too. And there you have it. So now we need to make 2 more flowers. So we need 3 in total. Let me show you. We need 3 flowers. And now make the other 2 and I will show you how to connect them. So meet you right back. Welcome back. Now we're going to attach the flowers. Before we do that, let me show you how cute they will look like earrings. You just have to attach the earring hooks like this here somewhere, and they will look very cute, I think. Or even if you use it just one of them like a pendant. Now this one, it doesn't have a lot of thread, so I will put it in the middle. The other 2 components they have, let me show you how it's going to look. So it's the only place on the necklace when we're going to use the 3mm pearls. You can substitute with 3mm crystal if you want to be more glamour. So it will be in the middle with 2 pearls like this, and then we're going to connect from this side and from this one on the 50 seed bead. Let me show you like this. You can connect them very close, I think it looks cute too, or you can embellish with the pearls like we are going to do just right now. Either way to look very nice, I think. So this is the 15 here where the thread is coming out, and I will connect it to the 15 on the other side, just right here. Let me zoom. It's the color A15, so we're going to pick up a color B15, a 3mm pearl, a color B15, a color A15, another color B, a 3mm pearl, and a color B. you'll end up with something like this. That's the sequence we are looking for. Make sure when you exit on this side of the 15-0 to go on the same side on the other 15-0, just like this. Pull. You'll end up with something like this. And now we're going to repeat the same process on the other side. So pick up a color B15-0, a pearl, 3mm pearl, a color B15-0, a color A, and the color B, another pearl, a color B, just like this, and you'll go on the other side of the 15-0 you just exited. Yeah, just like this. Pull, not so tight, and it will look like this. Now we want to make it look like square shape, like we did when we work on the flower. Remember the V shape that I show you? So we'll do the same process. We're going to the color B15-0, skip the gold one, which is the color A. So we're not going to pass through that one. Go through the next 15-0, pearl 15-0, like this, and pull. If you don't think the seed bead is staying good, you can help it by pulling with your needle, just like this. Skipping this gold one, go through the dark one, the color B, and the pearl, and the next color B, like this. Skip the gold one and go through the same sequence, 15-0, pearl 15-0. Now pull tight and make sure you push that bead outside. When you pull it, look, you end up with a square, similar to a square shape. Go through the next 15-0. If you want, you can reinforce one more time. I think it's a good idea to go again. If you have enough thread, you can work around the flower and go to the opposite side. We have to exit on this side. Now let's attach the other component. Okay, now let's attach the other component. We'll do exactly the same thing we did on this one. Keep in mind you have to leave these two pearls to be free up, and we attach on this 15-0. So pick up a color B 15-0, a 3mm pearl, a color B 15-0, a color A, B, a pearl, another color B, like this. So I'm exiting on this 15-0 on this side. I'm going through the same side, not the opposite, like this, on the same side on the other 15-0, like this. Now let's do the other half. Pick up a color B, a 3mm pearl, a color B, a color a B, a pearl, okay, and another color B. I'm going on the other side of the 15-0, like this, and I will reinforce it just like I did on the other side. Make sure to skip this one skip the gold color 15 O's. Okay, go through the pearl, the color B15O, like this, pull tight, skip this one, the gold color, go through the next 15O in pearl, skip again the color A15O here in the middle, pull tight, skip this one, go through the next one and the pearl and the color B, just like this. 1 second, I don't want to stand better to stand out. I will help it, yeah. And now I'm going to finish my thread. As I told you, if you have more, you can go to the opposite side of the flower and it will look just like this. I think it's very cute. Now that we have the components together, we will make the necklace. Let me show you. We're going to use 4mm pearls instead of 3. It's the same design that we used to connect the components, but instead of 3mm pearls, we're going to use 4mm pearls, and we're going to use also 11 O's. Instead of 15 O's. We're still going to use a 15 O, but we're going to switch to 1102. You can also use crystals, or you can keep it 3mm pearls if you want to look more like elegant and more dainty look like this, as you like. So let me show you here. I'm exiting this 15 O. We will going to make now, it's a long sequence, so hang in there. I will tell you exactly. Pick up a color A15O. Let me zoom. A color A15O, a 4mm pearl this time, or a bicone as you like. A 4mm, an 11O, a 15O, an 11O, a 4mm pearl, a 15O, 1, 2, 3 actually, 3 15O, sorry, a 4mm pearl. This is half. Now we will make the other half. Okay, so 4mm pearl, an 11O, a 15O, an 11O, a 4mm pearl, and a 15O. Okay, so I'm exiting on this side of the 15O. I'm going to the opposite side, the other side of the same 15O. And now we're going to reinforce again. So I reinforced the first sequence. Let's make another one. Pick up a 15O, the color A I chose, a 4mm pearl. It looks complicated maybe, but when you make it, it's not so hard. An 11O, a 15O, an 11O, a 4mm pearl, then 1, 2, and 3 15Os. This is the half. We reached the half. Let's make the other half. Let's see, pick up a 4mm pearl. Oops, they are slippery. Okay. An 11O, a 15O, an 11O, a 4mm pearl, 15-0. Exiting on this side of the 15-0 and going on the opposite side of the same 15-0, just like this. We'll reinforce it just like we did when we attached the components. We're going through all the beads except the 15-0s. This time we have 11-0. Skip the 15-0 in the middle. Go through the next 11-0. And where you have now this with 3 15-0s, just skip the one in the middle. So I put my needle through the first one, skip the one in the middle, go through the next one, just like this. Again, we do this to achieve this square shape. Skip this one, go through the next, and go again until you exit the first 15-0 in the middle. Let me try to put my needle here. It's starting to be tight. Okay, there you go, like this. Skip the 15-0 again, go to the next bead, just like that. And now of course you're going through the first 15-0 right in the middle, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side of the component. Welcome back. Let's attach the clasp. I just make a mini necklace. As you can see, we're going to pick up 4 15-0 seed beads, which color you like, and then we're going to put a bicone 6mm. You can also put a pearl if you want. You'll attach your clasp. I'm using a toggle today. Then we're going back through the bicone, just like this. Oh, my thread is out again because it's not long enough. I will post a link in the description on how to add thread if you are interested. I have a video. Pick up 4 more 15-0 seed beads, and now we're going to exit on the opposite side of the 15-0 we just came. So I'm exiting like this. Let me zoom so you can see. I'm exit on this side. I will go on the opposite direction, just like this, to make sure it's the same like the component. So now you're going to reinforce at least 1 time. If you can 2 times, that will be great. It's better. Now let's attach on the other side. We do the same thing. Pick up 4 15-0 seed beads, 3, 4, then a 6mm bicone, the other side of the clasp, just like this. Go back through the bicone again. Pick up 4 more 15-0 seed beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, and going back through the first 15-0 from the square component, from the necklace, just like this. And there you have it. You're going to reinforce this at least once or 2 times, going through the bicone again. So this is the final result. It's an elegant necklace. I hope the tutorial was not so complicated. I know it was longer than I usually make them, but I wanted to make sure it's very clear and it has good instruction. So if you think it was useful, a like will go a long way for me and it will help me a lot. So take care. See you soon. with the new tutorial. Bye bye.